Hello, everybody. This is your boy KirbyDK10 coming at you with another episode of the Overkill podcast. This is episode 40, and I'm joined with my co-host
Yeah, it's me.
Meta.
What's up, sup? The cats are already starting on their bullshit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're all the way on episode 40. Pretty crazy, not gonna lie. That we're this far.
Yeah, this has been a pretty insane week. We had some more personal stuff happen, and then we also had Black Ops 6 release. Finally,
Mm-hmm.
after a couple months of waiting there. Um, I know Meta got to play a little bit of the beta, and he also this morning got to play a little bit of the full game. Uh, and so we kind of just wanted to give our impressions of the game so far. So how do you feel about it? Because I'm more interested in how you felt.
Well, so you let me play the beta for a couple games. It's more like I stopped playing the beta after a couple of games, and then I played a couple games this morning. But then we had stuff. I had stuff to do. I am surprisingly impressed by the just kind of like replayability of it. There are very few COD releases that have come out recently that I care about, and this is kind of one of them. I would say, this game has like that addictive factor, which I'm really excited about. I think that's great. Um, you know, I haven't gotten that feeling from anything that's come out from them in about like probably 4 years, maybe Modern Warfare 1 or Modern Warfare
Yeah.
2018. I have to say I like the perk system. I like the MP5, obviously, and honestly, it just and the maps. I don't know how they got better at making maps, but the maps did not drive me absolutely nutty.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would tend to agree with most of that. I think one thing that I haven't really seen many people talk about is the perk system and the fact that if you pick like the three, if you pick three of the same colored perks, you get a bonus. I sort of, I sort of like that, and I don't. I wish we would have had like five different colors of perks. I wish there just would have been more variety there, and maybe in seasonal updates they could add more perks.
Yeah, we might see
But
that.
I think it like it basically forces you to pick three of the same perks, three of the same like colored perks, and I wish
Right,
you
yeah.
could have that more variety. I mean, you could just pick not the same, but I feel like you kind of are trolling if you do that. But other than that, though, I mean, yeah, the game's been really fun. I feel like the multiplayer maps they were more like porous. They felt more like old Infinity Ward to me. They felt not as like three laney. You know, here's your like dedicated three lanes sort of. They felt more like COD 4 to like Modern Warfare 2 style maps. Um, which I don't mind, as they're obviously going to remaster and come out with new maps with this game. So I would expect those maps to be 3 lane or traditional Treyarch style. But another thing I wanted to kind of hit on was Omni movement. Is it a gimmick, and is it here to stay? And will it be in the next few COD games? I I really enjoyed the movement so far. I think one thing I would like to say is that they should just remove tax sprint at this point because They increased the sprint speed, they increased the walk speed, the aim walking speed. Basically, everything is faster in this game. And because of that, it's hard to even tell if I'm tack sprinting or if I'm regular sprinting. Because they almost feel the same. They almost feel like I'm going the same speed no matter what. So, um, the Omni movement, it's hard to get used to at the start. But I think once you get used to it, it feels really good. And I can't imagine going back to like Modern Warfare 2019 or even MW3 from last year. They would feel so foreign after playing with Omni movement. Um, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah. Um, as far as the Omni movement is concerned, I like it quite a bit. I don't know why attack sprint's still in the game, but I like Omni movement quite a bit, and the only reason why is I just can't tell that it's there a lot, and it just feels really natural in a COD game. And I will say, having the ability to both dolphin dive and slide is also like really, really intuitive to me. So I have to say, like, overall, I really do like it quite a bit. And
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer if it stayed.
Yeah, I think to me it feels very much, and maybe this is something we could talk about, but to me it feels like the same way as how Jetpack COD felt, where it's something unique and it changes up the game and it makes the game a lot faster,
Mm.
and it makes it so like it's harder to hit people, um, which widens the skill gap in almost the exact same way that Jetpack COD did, um, which I'm totally fine with, because especially with how skill base is now, like you're not going to be fighting someone who's using the movement a lot unless you yourself are also doing that. So I don't know, but
Yeah, ideally not. But oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I also like it too because it allows you to kind of press certain advantages. Like strafing, for example, I feel like is a lot cleaner. It just feels, I don't know, it just feels like right. It feels smooth. It's hard to explain unless you've like played it, but you can kind of tell.
yeah. Ooh, wow, voice crack. Uh,
Nice.
um, yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is like the multiplayer game flow. So
Oh God,
I
no
would
multiplayer.
describe this is like how do all the moving parts come together, and I think um I don't think I've had enough time to really say 100% this is how it is, but I feel like between the kill streaks and the gunplay, to me it feels like something new, but it also has a little bit of like the older elements, which I'm perfectly fine with. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been a fun game to try out. Um, and one thing that I was really surprised about was how good the zombies actually is, and how much XP you gain from zombies, because in the past, specifically with Black Ops Cold War, I remember whenever the game first came out, you could actually level up your guns pretty fast, and you could level up pretty fast in zombies, and then about a month later, they came out with an update that like basically axed the gains in like half. With this game, for instance, I leveled up 5 times from like level 20 to like 25, and I got my AK 10 levels on the AK just from playing one zombies game and exclusively using the AK. Um, and the mode, it was really fun to just jump in. Both maps, you can just jump in with a pistol, like classic zombies, hit the box once, grab a weapon, pack punch it all the way, get all your perks. It's been really refreshing to have a good zombies mode to play after getting frustrated with multiplayer. You can just hop in and get a game in real quick, as well as you can save your zombies run, which is huge. So like if you only have like 30 minutes to play, you could play like half a game and then come back and play the other half. Um, yeah. Surprisingly too, with multiplayer, the sniping, I was using the sniper and I dove in front of this guy and no scope headshot him, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like sniping with an omni movement to me has been incredibly fun. Um, and lastly, I just kind of want to talk about how fast they've come out with the updates. So whenever I first started playing the game, my settings were not saving every time I would start it up. They fixed that within like maybe 12 hours. Um, and they actually just recently came out with an update about 4 hours ago since we've been recording this. We're recording this on Saturday. It's going to go up on Sunday. So in this patch, I think the only thing I disagreed with was they took the decoy grenades and they nerfed the XP that you get to 0. So you used to get 25 XP. Instead of nerfing it to like 5 XP or 10 XP per decoy assist, now you get 0. So basically there's no point in using decoys in this game now. The other stuff they fixed really needed it. They fixed some theater mode glitches, some out of the map glitches that were basically giving people invincibility. And yeah, I don't know, it was a good patch. But other than that, though, I think the one last thing we need to cover is Prestige came back, and I'm so glad it has, because it's actually going to be a thing that you can play throughout the year and level up, and you're not just going to be sitting there feeling like you're wasting time playing the game. But I have a question. Do you think it should come back or in the next game, or do you think this should be the only one that it ever
Prestige.
appears in from this new era?
Honestly, I've always been shocked that they don't carry Prestige over into the other CODs, and I don't really have an issue with it. I think that time and time again, it's just proven to like really, for I want to say power users, but for like the everyday players that at least get on once a day, it seems to be something that really like holds them there. Um, Even though it's not really like my thing, I know it's like yours or just anyone that really uh, like just dedicates themselves to the game. I think it's a great system. I think it should be in all CODs.
Yeah, it just shows how much, like your dedication to the game, how much time you put in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I guess we'll move on. Big yapping about BO6. I've still got
Wow.
to play a little bit more,
Hmm.
but it's been really fun. Um, definitely a top contender over the past 5 years, almost going on 6, since Modern Warfare 2019. Out of the new era of Call of Duty, this could be, if the post-launch support is as good as last year with MW3, I think this could be the best COD game that we've seen so far. But in the since 2019, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say this from what I've played of it. I really wasn't going to get COD, but from playing it for a little bit, I think I might actually pick this one up. And probably sooner than I expected to. It seems like a good game. I question if I'm gonna play it, especially with our raging league addiction. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I
don't
gotta
know if I'll
say.
play League. I don't know if I'll play League after BO6 though.
Really?
Maybe
No.
maybe later on, maybe like during the summertime whenever
Oh, you'll
COD
come
gets
back
boring.
eventually. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll come back
You
to
always
League
come back to League.
eventually.
You can never escape League. You only take breaks
uh,
from League. That's a
yes,
fact.
this is true.
Yeah. League is like a drug. You know, it's harmful. It's great in the moment, or at least before you do it, and then you regret everything by the time you log off. Yeah.
Yeah,
They made basically crack the game. Anyways, I guess we'll
this is
move
true.
on to something I'm excited for. And it might only be us, but I'm sure the Overwatch people are excited. Overwatch 2 is there has been some leaks, some whispers coming out that we will be getting 6v6 in season 14, at least as a test. And I think this will be great. I think this is what everyone wants. Now, I think the team that made Overwatch 2 is a little bitter because they were really trying to innovate and make something unique, and then everyone decided they didn't like it. I mean, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. And I know all the pros and stuff have been begging for 6v6 back, and we were at some point too. I have more and more people that I know, streamers and stuff, and friends getting back into
Yeah.
Overwatch 2, and it's something I probably will never get into seriously. But with 6v6, I don't mind playing a little bit more Overwatch.
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, all of our friends stopped playing Overwatch One after a few years, but once they heard that Overwatch Two might be coming back with 6v6, they did seem a little bit interested. More
Mm-hmm.
interested. And I mean, most of the people that I know who stuck through Overwatch 1 and came into Overwatch 2, they quit shortly after because 5v5 is just rough. Or they like significantly cut down how much time they were putting in, um,
Yeah.
which fair enough. I'm really excited for it. We'll have to see. It's currently scheduled to launch in December,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll check it out, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
pretty preoccupied.
I think we've discussed it before. The issue with 5v5, just to cover it, is Kirby and I especially are both tank mains, and only having one tank kind of poo-poos that, but it also just turns it into like a giant, basically team deathmatch because there's
Hmm.
no front line. Like you just grind through one front line, and oh, the objective's gone. Oh, the cart's been moved to the next, checkpoint or like whatever. So, this is a welcome change, but I don't think we'll ever come back seriously in any capacity. But yeah,
Yeah,
I just thought we'd cover
or
why.
well, yeah. Well, I think also one other thing that we like doing was at least with Overwatch 2, and we did this a little bit in Overwatch 1, but we would both play support because it's one of the roles that has some of the most impact. I would say I don't know which role has the most impact because I'm not like that plugged into the competitive scene, but I feel like support, at least in the lower ranks, just being able to out heal the enemy usually just wins you the game. Um, and also being able to dish out a little bit of damage as healer is also big bonus. But yeah, I don't know. It's Overwatch, baby.
Yeah, it's Overwatch. It's what it says on the tin. I mean, you're not expecting anything crazy. It's there. Glowing review of Overwatch. Man.
Yeah. Well, we got going heading back a little bit into Call of Duty. We got Kuwait has banned Call of Duty Black Ops 6, likely over it featuring uh, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, this is a hot one.
And um, Dubai, the United Emirates, they basically in the nation of Kuwait, they've banned Black Ops 6, and but Kuwait has not publicly acknowledged banning the game.
Interesting.
So they basically just banned it and didn't give a reason for it. uh,
mean,
which kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but like, it sort of reminds me of whenever Battlefield 4 was banned in China because it featured, the United States versus China, and obviously they didn't like that, so they just banned it.
of course not. Yeah.
Yeah, this is another one of those stories of a video game being censored because it features someone that the country likes.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I
Obviously,
mean, if y'all have paid attention to anything going on Twitch recently, you will know. Um, just the world is kind of in an interesting spot right now, so this does not surprise me in the slightest. In the slightest. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it's just not shocking. Well, I guess we can move
yeah.
on.
It's yeah. One of the maps is called Babylon, and it features an ancient city that's in Iraq, and
Yeah.
kind of interesting. But yeah, I guess that's sort of a couple of the reasons why they banned it. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind if we banned it. In the United States, deal with the
God.
crippling COD addiction.
Base. Yeah, I think it would be very beneficial for you.
um, Also,
Finally
though,
get rid of it.
we should also ban League of Legends, though, just because.
No, no.
I
I'm
mean,
addicted.
we ban illegal drugs, so
I'm
wouldn't be
addicted. Can't do that to
wouldn't
me.
be much different.
I'm addicted. Yeah. I guess. I guess the final point. I like this short episode, and y'all seem to as well. So this is good. I think to the
Yes.
final point, something that I thought was funny is there was a leak from a Pokemon team. Uh, it was supposed to be in Pokemon X and Y, um, but and I believe it was a scrappied, and I think it's very funny. So y'all probably know who Jinx is, the Pokemon. I guess she. I think there can be a male version. Maybe there's only female ones. I'm not sure. Is the blonde-haired, purple-colored one with the big lips, the one that's gotten a lot of heat. It's never something that's crossed my mind, but it apparently crosses a lot of people's mind that it's supposed to be a stereotypical depiction. And what's funny is this leak showed that in X and Y there was supposed to be a Mega Jinx. And if y'all know anything about the Mega forms, that's like a step up from the final evolution. It's like more powerful, sometimes comes with a special ability. I'm not really into Pokemon, but I just thought this was really, really funny. And this is supposed to be in the X and Y remake. So but yeah, I just think it's funny. And in the new version, all it is she just has like black hole eyes and even longer hair with a blue dress. But I just found it kind of interesting. And they obviously didn't add it because of the heat they got, 20 years ago from the original release of X and Y. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's because it's her design is. I guess its design. I have no idea. I think it can be a male.
I
I don't know
think
because that's how
so.
Pokemon rolls. But it
There are
comes
some
from the
Pokemon that can only be female, but
yeah. Its inspiration comes from a mid 90s trend in Japan
hmm.
where it's called Ganguro. It's basically where you dress up. You darken your face and you put on a blonde wig or a silver wig. Um,
Hmm.
and, and I mean, hey, it looks pretty similar to what Jinx is, but obviously, it's a different culture. Um, yeah, I don't know, kind of.
I just thought it was a funny story to throw in at the end that there was supposed to be a mega Jinx. Yeah, and yeah, the Gangora stuff. The criticism that she got originally was that it was reminiscent of the minstrel shows that we used to have in the United States, but as we've already discussed, that is not the case. But people can't distinguish between cultures apparently. Okay.
Yeah, it's just an
It's
alternative fashion trend
mhm.
from Japan. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with race. It's just
No,
it
it
looks
does not.
cool. I don't know, or they think it looks cool.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know. I
yeah,
think yeah. I just think it's interesting. To be honest, she's always been an ugly Pokemon. I don't really know who likes her as like a Pokemon anyways. She just is. I mean, it's just
yeah, no.
it's
I
just
think
not
the
a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, I think the funniest appearance is her appearance in the show. I don't know. She just
Oh, in the
looks really
show
funny.
definitely. In the show, she also had like the
And
funniest voice actor in
yeah,
English at least.
but yeah, because it's dubbed. But yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's
Gamers,
about it for the podcast. It's been a good podcast, boys.
it has been.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been your boy Kirby. Peace.
And your boy Meta.
Yo.